You're here with Brandy.
And Brittany!
And today we're going to be talking about something that you guys have been asking us to talk about since the beginning, since before we started. And honestly,
We've been avoiding it like the plague. Because let's be honest, it's boring.
No, honestly, I haven't been avoiding it like the plague. I just feel like
It wasn't definitely not as exciting as some of the other things.
Okay, well, I like business. I wanted to talk about it. I think that it's something that needs to be talked about
It does.
more, especially part of what we're talking about. But pretty much we're talking about business. All things business, women in business.
Want to warn you really quickly that I'm allergic to almost everything in Brady's house. So if
I had no idea where you were going with
if I'm like sipping and like it's just I'm not sick, I'm just allergic to everything
I
here.
remember that rhinoceros in the heat.
Yes.
That
I was thinking we told them about that. She may be visiting tonight.
she may be in heat. It is her season. Anyways, but yeah. And then we also want to, the part of this that I think that needs to be talked about more is pretty much, I'm going to call it the dark side of entrepreneurship.
Ooh, that's deep.
Yeah, the dark side of it. And by that, I just kind of mean like the things that they don't tell you, the things that like aren't talked about enough, really. And that is like, I don't even know if maybe we should start with that or not, but it's just like, I feel like...
Start with the negatives and then go with the
No,
positives?
I just want to kind of like discuss it really quick. I feel like...
We're like jumping right in.
Yeah.
Okay.
The internet and Instagram, especially like social media, really, I should just say, really stigmatizes and makes, or even romanticizes, I should say, being an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, quit your 9 to 5, go be an entrepreneur, work for yourself, make your own schedule. I just want to put that one right out. Let's just talk about that one, because anybody that actually owns a business,
am on that bandwagon, but
that's different. Not really. Anyone that owns a business and actually like freaking works it like their business and not like a side hustle knows that quitting your 9 to 5 to work for yourself
means you're basically deciding to work 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
7 days a week.
You're literally trading your 9 to 5 where you can go in at 9 and clock out. You
At 5.
actually get to clock out at 5 o'clock
Yeah.
for a job that you will 100% be working 24/7. It never turns off. There is no one else that's going to do it if you don't do it. Even if you have employees, you're still responsible for their work. Your name is still on the freaking door. Like,
You're giving up sick days. You're giving up paid vacation.
you're working. You will be. I saw a video just the other day, and it was like entrepreneurs on vacation. It was a guy sitting on a surfboard with a chair and his laptop. That is entrepreneurship to a T. Forget it. Like, literally, there is no more time off. So I just wanted to kind of get that one out of the way.
I mean, I feel like most people kind of know that.
No, I don't think so. I see it all over the internet all the time. They're like, oh, quit your 9 to 5 and work for yourself. Make your own hours. Yeah, your own hours are forever, always, never ending, unlimited. Yeah. You wake up, you start,
and like,
you go to bed,
also,
you end. Like,
for me, it wasn't that really that was like the worst part. It was the constant stress. Because like all the shit that a business has to worry about, that's you.
That's what I'm saying.
You literally have to worry about that all the time. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you're physically like working all the time. You're just physically worrying all the time. Or like, oh, I gotta do this. Oh, I gotta do that. Nobody's gonna do this if I don't do it. Like,
that's exactly what I just said.
And I told this bitch to do that. Is she gonna do it or not? I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and check it after she's done. That's for damn sure.
Oh my freaking gosh. That is also employees. If you are gonna start a business and you want this business to scale whatsoever and not just be your job, to keep about that, are you starting a business or are you just creating another job? Because that happens all the freaking times. And I think that someone needs to
specify.
Yeah, differentiate that.
No, I'm saying you.
Oh, me? Exactly. No, I'm just saying that, like, say you open, like we had a clothing boutique, okay? Mm-hmm. Now let's just say I just opened the clothing boutique, which at one point it was just me. I opened a clothing boutique. I did every single job that there was possible in this clothing boutique. I had no other employees. It was literally just me. I didn't have a business. I just owned another job. I owned my job. No one could fire me from my job, but I did all of it. It was a business, but it was really just my job. Now, if you have an actual business, You have employees. You don't have to literally physically be the only one working it, but you do have other people you're responsible for. It's just like different. You get it?
I think I understand.
And
what
also,
you're
the
saying.
goal with a business is to grow it so you do not have to work it all the time. You just like own a business.
Yeah, that's not.
But that doesn't really happen so much or very often at all with entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You just have a job.
It
You have
depends on
another
what
job
it
that
is.
you own, the company. But it's just your job. Because
So if you think of all the really good businesses, I mean, other than like, we're talking like small businesses that are super successful, the owner is there all the time. Or the owner is like super involved. The ones that are really successful. So, yes, if you're wanting to like have, you know, expendable or no residual income where you like don't have to actually be physically
That's
at
not
work, that's
entrepreneurship.
not a small business.
That's not entrepreneurship.
That's like maybe property, like owning property or something like that.
Selling, like, I don't know, something on
Maybe
Amazon.
ATM machines.
Yeah, like, it's not...
Vending machines. I know.
Which at that point, I guess you could still call yourself like an entrepreneur, but like...
I mean, there's entrepreneur is a very vague term.
But I just
Let's
feel
be
like
real.
the internet nowadays has made it like a not so vague thing. Like
Yeah.
they've made it like, oh, you have a business, you...
And I also we talked about this like the first podcast or something where I said that like our family for some reason I think it's just because we like have constantly owned businesses. We have a big problem with like taking something that we love that we're good at that's like a hobby and like wanting to turn it into every single time a business because we're like, ooh, we can make money with that. Bitch, just because you could make money with it doesn't mean you need to make it a business.
Yeah,
Because
honestly.
when it's something that's fun, like I'm the biggest person that's like every day gonna be like, listen, if you do not love what you are doing, change it.
Yeah,
Okay?
I do
Because
firmly
it is a
believe
job
that.
if you do not love it. If you love it, it's not really work. Okay, it's not like you actually get up and go to work because you love it. So
Wait, pause that really quick. Just because
it's gonna go. It's gonna
okay.
just poof right out my ear.
I want to just mention
Okay.
something with that very line that you had right there. My therapist today, I had therapy, and I was like telling her about like stuff that's I'm moving towards in my life and stuff that I'm doing, and she's like, well, you don't have to love it. She's like, you have to love yourself. What the fuck, bitch? No.
Why am I paying your ass?
One, she's a mother freaking loon. I fired her today. It was that line alone. Like, no, actually, it's because she was tuning her guitar during our session. And then she started painting. Just a picture.
She is so uninterested in your life.
No, she has horrible ADD.
Huh.
She got fired. Either way. But she did say that. And I was like, that is
No.
she's like 60 though.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't have dreamed
That's her generation. Her
Yes.
generation comes from just workhorse type
Yes.
people. Our generation and the generation Z or X, what are they?
They don't give a shit
They
about
listen-
anything.
No. Listen, it's not even that they don't give a shit. I heard a thing by Gary Vee the other
Hey,
day,
hurry up, because I got something
and
I want
he
to say.
said that everyone's complaining about Gen Z not wanting to work these jobs and Gen Z is so lazy and all this stuff. And he was like, Gen Z's not lazy. They're smart. And they're not going to go work some stupid job and like go in and clock in and make like $15 an hour or less. And when they can go and make way more money on the internet
Yes,
and be at home
absolutely.
and work like 2 hours a day.
And that's what I was just talking to
So
someone today
They're
about.
not, they're just smarter.
I was asking her, she's like a young girl, and I was like, do you know, because she's in high school, and like,
Your hair looks so pretty and long, by the way. You just
Dude.
like flipped that?
it is so long.
Ooh.
It's so long.
Okay, sorry.
I'm like blown away.
Go.
Anyways,
go.
um,
Not go away, go.
go away.
Get out of sight.
She's young, and she's like, I don't know, in high school.
Mhm.
And probably the same when you were only 5 years apart. When I was in high school, like when you filled out your high school enrollment paper, you had to say, what are you gonna be when you grow up? Like you had to have a freaking plan.
I feel like
And
I remember that, and I was like,
I asked
oh,
her,
no.
I was like, and the more you get through high school, like you really have to, you
Yeah,
have to
you gotta
freaking
track.
know. And I was like, what's your plans after high school? And I was like, and if you don't know that, it's totally fine.
Mhm.
And she was like, I have no idea. And I was like, good for you.
Honestly.
Because sometimes I feel like you don't know what to say.
Mhm.
So you say this one thing and then it becomes
Yes.
your whole existence.
Yes.
In high school, it's all about that one thing. And I was like, you know what's really funny though is because like, what do I want to be when I grow up? Maybe you just want to make money on the internet, which isn't even like technically, a job that you would say.
They said 70% of the people under like 18 are saying that they want to be influencers.
Yeah. I was like, so maybe, just maybe, you don't even want to go and be something like that.
Yeah.
We've always had trouble, like, me and you, with dad. Because dad is the generation that is literally live to work. Mm-hmm. Okay? He lives to work. Mm-hmm. And not because, like, he loves working. I mean, I think he does love working, but, like, if he's not working, like, what is life? To him. Like, and that's how they all were. Like, their job was their life. Mm-hmm. And they put all of their effort towards it, too. They really, they cared. They put, all of their heart and soul into their job, no matter what the job was.
Yes.
And for that reason, the world was a little bit of a better place back then.
Yeah, it actually was. It was.
But now, we just work
other opportunities that are a lot easier, and you can have way more free time, and free time is honestly the goal.
Which, yes, because literally, I know that's a thing, YOLO, but serious as fuck, you only live once, this is it.
I don't think that's not, I thought it was live while you're young.
YOLO, you only live once. Oh my gosh.
I know.
But
I just thought it.
I feel stupid saying it, but I think it to myself all the time, you only live once. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I don't want to spend it working.
Yes. And I mean, you have to have money. You can't, I'm not saying,
that's the thing that sucks.
Don't think that we're ever saying, just go out and party and don't, just, no. You have to support yourself. You have to do something to be proud of yourself. Because if you don't do anything, you have no, what's that word? Maybe. Self-fulfillment.
Yeah, maybe that. I think that's where we're coming in with the do what you love. Yeah. And then it's just fun. I feel for a lot of the time, that's what the boutique was for us.
Oh,
I didn't feel it was working. It was fun. So it wasn't I didn't care that I did it all the time. Yeah. It was my 24/7. I loved it. But then
because we were doing all the fun stuff.
Yeah. But then it just got bigger and more non-fun things stuff was just ugh. It just, I don't know. It took the fun. It sucked the fun out of it.
It became a fun sucker. That's what I told someone else today. It's so weird. Two things.
Really?
Yeah. We were I was talking about business with a girl, and because she just started one, and she's I almost didn't. And because it's something she loves. And she was I thought it would just be a side hustle. Now it's really busy. And I was listen. She's but it's fun. I was do it while it's fun. Mm-hmm. And when it becomes not fun, stop.
Yeah.
Know when to walk away.
What? You motherfucking hypocrite.
Listen.
Sometimes I had to convince this bitch for a fucking year
sometimes
that the time
it's hard.
was just now.
Sometimes it's really hard. Okay? It's really hard. And it took me a really long time to get to that because I'm born in 2 times. I'm born in the, I feel
I'm a baby boomer and I'm a millennial. What?
I'm a product of 2 different, eras, okay? Since I was raised by dad, who is, very work to live.
I was raised by dad, too. What? I was raised
by
the same
but he
dad.
was, very live to work oriented, and so was she.
Yeah.
And I feel I don't know, maybe you were just, more influenced by other people. I don't know. I have no excuse for you. But I am very much stuck between the living to work era and also wanting time freedom and, making everything count and all of that stuff. So I just feel I'm kind of stuck between 2. So I fight against myself all the time.
I mean,
and it took me a really long time to come to terms with looking at it in a different, that season had finished, had closed.
I think that pretty much what you just said, that's a really good, it's kind of the same thing as friends. Some friends are a lifetime, some are a season, and what is the other one? They say a season, something in a lifetime. What do they say? A lesson, maybe? A season, a lesson in a lifetime or something. I think that's what they say.
Had a lot of lesson friends.
Yeah, but I think that honestly, your life is kind of that too. Things in your life, life events, it could be school, it could be business, literally things in your life, just because you started a business at 22, or just because you picked a college major at 18, or just because you started a job or whatever.
Just because you're doing something that you're successful at, if you don't like it, that doesn't matter.
No, that's not where I'm going.
Oh.
But thank you.
That's where I was
going to
going.
lose my train of thought.
Sorry. Shut up. Go.
Just because you choose it then and you're like, I mean, at least for me, and I had my dad in my ear all the time, that, yeah, I started this business at 22. I am now 28. It was wildly successful while it was, and fun, and it was great community building, and I made great relationships and learned so much. But I think that for me, it was a season in my life. It's not a lifetime. So it's like a door and a chapter that I want to close. And yeah, we started like, I'm taking everything that we learned from it, and now we rebranded into Girls Support Girls. And like with that, we're going to do so many more things, but we're not doing it the same way that we did. And honestly, I think that's another reason that we wanted to do this podcast, like wait a little bit this episode to do it, because we wanted to wait till we closed our storefront. Because I just want to be able to like openly talk to you guys and be real and raw without one, it offending anybody or people thinking anything or like deciding not to support us now or something, because people are mother freaking catty. I don't even know if catty's the word that I'm looking for, but you get what I'm saying. Either way. But like now that we've even closed the store, we're just like, we were doing it wrong. Like we were literally just doing so much wrong. But it's just because I started when I was 22. I didn't know a ton about business. It was our second business we started, but it was only a year from starting the salon, and the salon was like, you can really only have like, business. Totally different. So like we closed the storefront and like we've been talking, and we literally are just like, we were supposed to move the storefront to Florida, but like I honestly don't know if we'll ever actually open a storefront again, because I feel like we can get so much more community. Like look at just the podcast that we've had. This is episode 5. We've built a community with it and like deep relationships, I feel like, with people, and we're like talking to people more and like actually getting to know so many of you and like stuff that you guys are going
without
through.
having to deal with all the day-to-day bullshit that a store, like an actual like physical brick and mortar store, brings to the table.
We're gonna dive into some of these questions that people had. A lot of them kind of stemmed about, and I guess I get that, women in power, women in successful positions, and being a successful person dating. And somebody even asked about being the breadwinner or the higher earner in your relationship. So like, I just wrapped all of those into one little topic so that we can talk about them.
That was me for the past, as long as we've had the boutique.
That's been me in pretty much all of my relationships. I did have one relationship where the guy thought that he made more money than me. Not that I gave a shit. I didn't give a shit. And he apparently did give a lot of shits though. And he literally turned into a dick one time and was like, you're not going to tell me what to do like your other little exes just because you made more money than them. And I was like, bitch, actually, I make more money than you, but you just had no idea because I don't treat people like that.
But he was a narcissist.
Yeah,
so I feel like that kind of plays into that.
I'm sure it did. Every other guy that I have dated, there's been different problems with them. One of them was a very nice guy. But he didn't like that I worked a lot. He literally like gave me a hard time. He'd be like, I feel like you work all the time. I feel like you're always working. I feel like you have stuff to do all the time.
That's annoying. Sign language.
I'm telling her which one it was. So like that honestly bothered me because I was like, one, I get that like maybe we were in different seasons of our life. We were the same age, so we shouldn't have been.
I mean, sometimes though that is possible to be in different seasons, even though you're the same age.
Yeah, sure. It totally is. It totally is. Yeah, it is. I've got friends that are the exact same age and they've got like 2 kids already and they're like married.
Most people your age.
Anyways, I did go the career route though, and I started really freaking young with it. We opened our first business at 21. I was 21 when we opened the salon. And then I was 22.
Probably 20.
When I opened the boutique. So, I mean, I went the career path, and I went the career path full force.
Yeah.
So like dating and marriage and kids, definitely back burner for me. I was not there. I literally didn't really start thinking about that till like 26. And then I was like, oh yeah, I might eventually want kids, you know? But it's fine. I think that's totally fine. But I will say that it was definitely hard. I did date another guy.
She'll put it in the show notes.
He was very intimidated by me having a career and my career figured out and like all this stuff. Not because he wasn't successful.
Yeah, because he was successful on his own.
It was not that he was not successful. He was successful, very successful at what he was doing. He wanted to be doing something else though.
And he was
and
jealous.
He hadn't started it yet.
Oh.
So he was intimidated by the fact that like I was way younger than him because I was like 10 years younger than him.
And you were already doing what you wanted to do.
And I was already starting a career because he wanted to start his own business and kind of doing what he was like related to what he was doing, but not. Barb's so out of the loop. She has no idea who we're talking about.
She's like, which one?
Yeah. So I will say now, Brittany can talk more in the like a marriage cycle with that. I have not been there, but I'm just gonna tell you in dating, it has definitely.
I'm sure it's harder in dating.
It has, and how she mentioned that one of them was a narcissist. I have down dated 2 narcissists, and I have also
you are like subliminally attracted to them.
I mean, it's possible, but I have read a lot about strong, independent women and stuff like that, and like successful women. One, they're not like provider type men and men that want to take care of people and like in their own masculinity are not drawn to that for some reason. You're drawn to men that are less masculine and not provider type men.
You're drawn to that?
No, they're drawn to you.
Oh.
Because as a successful independent woman, you don't need someone to take care of you and not that anything's wrong with it. You be either one that you want.
Yeah.
I feel like I've personally, because I was so much that, I literally was. I was
now
like,
you're like, take care of me.
I swear my life, I'm like, bitch, I want to be a stay-at-home wife. I want to be a Pilates.
I want to make bread.
Yeah, like, I don't want to do that shit anymore. Someone please come take care of me. I'm so tired. I've literally just been hustling so long. I'm over it. But it's a different type of man is attracted to that. And I think it's so dumb. I don't think it's all the time. I just think it's a majority of them.
I need a piece of paper. I want to write a couple thoughts down before I lose them.
Ooh, yeah, I like
So
this.
smart.
Barb's like, I have nothing to give you.
Brady probably has 1 pen in her entire house.
I've got notepads everywhere just in case. You got a brain dump. Brain dump. This should be a whole other thing. Brain dumping is good. I will say that's a big majority of men that are not as attracted to or not drawn so much. But there are also men that want to build their empire with you. Like they're building their own thing too, and they want you to be successful also. So there are men like that. I will say, I mean, I haven't met one yet, but they say they're out there. She's not laughing with me.
I'm sorry, I was writing my thought down.
And then Barb didn't fucking laugh at all. I'm just
What'd you say?
over here making jokes.
I'm ready.
Now I know how people feel that make a podcast alone.
Yeah, I think all the time.
Who laughs it with them?
They have a button that they push. It says laughter.
Phil insert laughter now.
No.
Anyways,
Who invited her?
I said that they're...
Okay, no. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I said there are men out there that like they're building their empire and they want to build their empire with you. They want to build an empire together. They want you guys
That's
to be
Shane now.
successful at the same time. Like they want you guys, like they're in that same phase of life. And like they are out there. They say they're out there. I said I hadn't met them though.
We didn't get there at the same time though, so that maybe happened
Yeah,
too.
men do mature a lot less, like slower.
Yeah.
But I mean, that one guy was 10 years older than me.
Yeah. Well, you should have been even.
That's what I was thinking. I literally always been thinking that. Okay, we're gonna go on. Do you feel? Talk about the breadwinner shit
Oh,
in a marriage. Let me
so
clarify.
Shane has always ever when we started the boutique and he was like, let's do it. He is still holding out hope that eventually he will be able to retire and just be. I don't want to say stay-at-home dad because he doesn't want to take care of the kids. Mm-hmm. He just wants to be a stay-at-home husband. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
I had a boyfriend that said that to me. It was honestly a ginormous turnoff.
Yeah.
I was
but he's kidding. I mean, I'm
get
kidding.
the motherfucker out of my house.
Yeah, I'm
What?
kidding.
I will never. No, sorry.
No.
I'm
He
sorry.
has never.
So I'm gonna rein myself in right now.
I need a big foam finger to
Yeah.
smack her in the face with. He has never cared about that. He is just like, just so excited that it was so successful and that he had a lot of the stress taken off of him, that like if he wanted to pursue something else, he could, because he didn't have to stress about like where was the money going to come from. For us, it was a blessing because it allowed him to kind of like look into his own interests and like grow areas that he never would have been able to if he was the sole like income earner. So, and now that that's kind of
He carried your
flip-flopped,
guys' insurance.
unfortunately, he still has to
I mean, that's the thing, though.
to
Like,
carry that load.
think about that really quick with entrepreneurship. You don't have a company to pay your insurance. You are solely responsible for paying your own health insurance, which is mother freaking expensive.
It's
outrageous. And yeah, I'm gonna stare at you on this one. And I'm staring. You know who down? Staring you down. The more money you make, the more your health insurance costs.
I don't know about that.
It is.
I mean, I believe
I'm
you.
positive because it happens.
I'm gagging. I'm so emotional
I
about it.
literally was pissed. Also, because I started my business at 22, I was young. I was still on my parents' health insurance. You can be on your parents' health insurance to like 26 or something. Because I was making so much money, though, I got kicked off my parents' health insurance.
Oh.
And I had to pay the rate for the amount of money that I made.
Crickets.
I was pissed.
Brandy likes nothing less than something being unfair.
Literally pissed. Okay, we're gonna move on. Sorry.
Yes. I want to say a couple things before we get like started on something else.
Yeah, you're good. Go for it.
Okay. One, I feel like society, and I feel like maybe we've talked about this on it, or maybe I like made notes about it and I just like wanted to talk about it. So like in my head, I feel like we did, but maybe we didn't.
She does that.
I feel like social media and more like kind of what you were saying, like how the society like romanticizes owning your own business. They do the same thing for like women. And I feel like a lot of the time it is like big people that I have a lot of respect for, but like all the boss babe bullshit and like the hustler, be a hustler, like all this shit. Okay, listen. You are a woman, okay? You are automatically going to be the one that has the children, okay? You're automatically going to be the one that is pregnant, that nurses
period.
the children. Okay. You are automatically going to be those things, okay? No matter what, if you're going to have kids, you are already going to have a full-time job, okay?
That is the thing. It's called unpaid labor.
Yeah.
That you already, I swear it is. It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's women already incur unpaid labor just for being a woman. So no matter what, just because you are a woman, you have unpaid labor in a relationship. Think about that.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. Remember it.
Like when you think about like, what are you going to be what do you want to be when you grow up? Okay, well, I'm a woman. So I'm automatically, if I want kids, I'm automatically going to have a full-time job. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are going to have a full-time job. And it is fucking hard. Okay. It is emotionally, physically, psychologically draining. Okay.
Remember how I got upset about the insurance?
No. I mean, it's amazing, but it is, don't, down talk it or anything else. It is fucking hard. Okay. So you're already going to have that. You do not need to be a boss babe in addition to all of that. Okay.
It's just a boss. Doesn't have to be babe. We lost the babe. Like
no,
2 years ago.
I'm saying that they have done the boss babe
They
thing.
did.
And
cut it out. It's not
was
babe anymore.
just
It's just boss.
unnecessary. Yeah. Okay. If you want that, if that's what you're striving for in life, like you want all the success, go for it. I'm not saying that you can't do that. I'm just saying don't think because I thought that it was expected of me. I thought that it was my job to do all of those things in addition to being a mother. And let me tell you what, it has freaking scarred my emotional state in more ways than one. Because I tried to do all the things.
If you start crying again, we're just going to kick
you.
You're going to be suspended
it's like,
from the next episode. It's going to be me and Sprinkles. No crying is allowed.
I am dying.
Sierra told me it made her uncomfortable.
Oh, shit.
We were talking about how people cry on the internet. It makes us uncomfortable.
I don't.
And she was like, yeah, like Brittany the other day on her stories literally came out of nowhere. I thought she was just playing on the floor with her kids, and then bam, she's crying, and then I'm crying. And I'm like, I know, I literally hate it. It's like you have like secondhand feelings for them.
I'm sorry. I was trying to be
Did we
real
smack you or something?
and raw. No, I'm not. Right now, I'm not gonna cry.
Did she look like it? Oh.
Oh, look at that. The audience has spoken. Oh, maybe I'm just tired. Anyways, I just want to say that's what I want to say.
Okay.
You don't have to be a boss, babe. You're already going to be a full-time person, okay? Being a mom and a wife, that is a full-time job. You do not have to be. I mean, if you still need to make money, then okay, you can figure out a way to make money without having another huge job, without being a boss babe or a hustler. Okay.
Let's go on to the next subject, though. Business advice.
That's awfully vague.
Yeah, that is pretty vague. Business advice. I think
feel
if I
like we
had,
kinda
we
covered
probably
that.
did. Just to summarize, though, I think my business advice would be like, really, really think about what your end goal is. Do you want a job that you own? Do you want a business that you scale and eventually sell? Do you want like what? And really think about, because if you're wanting just to work less, entrepreneurship is probably not the game for you. You should think of something just.
I mean, there are types of entrepreneurships that can be like that, but most of them small
on
business
the internet type jobs, stuff like that. That's some stuff that's not like a entrepreneurship or like starting a business. And like, I get that you could be doing like Amazon FBA or like some kind of affiliate marketing, something like that type thing. That stuff is not going to consume all of your time. You can still make money of it. Technically, it is like a business because you'd be making money from it, but it's not like I opened this store where you buy from or like something like that.
Or I have to make this thing that people buy from me.
Yeah, anything. Anything like that. So just really think about it if it's actually for you. And just really try and like think on it first. Is that
business advice? Think.
If you actually want to commit to it, I think that's the biggest thing.
And then like, if by some chance you change your mind, what's your end game? Like, think about that before you start it. What will your end game be? How will you get out of it? Like, will you have to sell it at that point? If so, how will you do that?
Or is it even sellable?
Yes.
Because I feel like
some businesses aren't sellable.
no, like
You have to find the right
and if you're an entrepreneur and really like you're someone that's in the business 24/7, the business pretty much is you, and you can't sell yourself because you're not a prostitute. Hopefully not. So your business is not going to have a lot of value to sell because you are the business, and they're going to be able to see that like someone, a prospective buyer. So like think about that. Also, if you want to do it and you've decided, yes, this is what you want to do, fucking go for it. Don't piddle paddle around, fucking go for it, full force. Dive in. It is going to consume you 24/7. Be prepared for that. But if you're going to do it, you might as well freaking do it.
Instead of just talking about it for years and being like, what if I? I mean, like, if you can't go through life afraid to fail. Okay? You're never going to learn anything. I used to.
Yes.
You're never going to learn anything and you're never going to get anywhere. And if nothing else, say you failed. Okay, you learned something.
Yeah.
You learned something.
I don't feel like I'm afraid to fail. Like that
But some people are.
Yeah, don't ever be afraid to fail. And honestly, just be in love with the journey of building your business and then it'll be fun. But at the same time, remember, this could just be a season.
Yeah.
This could be part of your life. And that does not mean just because you start a business that you have to be doing that business for 25 years of your life or something like that. You could do it for 5. You could do it for 10. You could do it for 3.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be wildly successful and you could sell it in 2.
Yeah.
Who freaking knows? So it's not like it's the end of the mother freaking world if 1 fails or 2 you sell it and you don't do it that longer. Who knows? So just like think about that. Somebody wants to talk about working with family. Ooh. Girls. We've got lots of experience with that. People ask us about that all the time. They're like, how the F do you guys all work together? And like, also not
you'd think we would have learned by now
to not do it.
To not do it. But we just can't help ourselves because you can't depend on anyone but your family.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes you can't depend on them. So like, that's not always a rule of thumb. But for us, we know that
I thought you meant like us. You can't always depend on us.
No. I mean, Sprinkles. I don't know about her, but
she's kind of flaky.
But like us, we know that we can depend on each other, and that is literally it.
And you're not gonna like steal from each other. So like, yeah, the trust is there, and that's really a big one. I will say for me, one of the biggest struggles that I've had for working with my family is that I can separate it and like get that it's business. Brittany and Barb cannot. Everything is personal.
I do have a problem with that.
Yeah. Also, when a problem like arises, you can't talk to them the same way that you would talk to someone that's just like your business partner or that works for you.
Yeah,
You have to
call
talk.
this bitch and like, I would never talk like that to him.
Oh, I was more meaning like I have to be
Oh.
really like nice to them and like not hurt their feelings because they take everything personally. I literally word for word had to tell Barb.
You have to do that to employees too.
But no, I have to tell Barb like a lot. Like, don't take it personally.
I have to tell that to employees too.
To not take it personally?
Yeah, like listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Don't take it personal. It's
Yeah.
something about you or your character.
Yeah, I've had.
It's just something that you're doing wrong that we need to fix. I have to like
There are some people like that. A
ease
lot of
my
people
way
like that.
into constructive criticism.
Yeah. It can be a blessing and a curse.
But I feel like also it's not gonna work for everybody. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't have a
A lot of
relationship.
families.
They don't have the
probably, like,
relationship to do this.
I don't know. People ask us, they're always like, how do you, and we don't do it as much now, but we would go to work together all day.
Yeah.
And then literally hang out with each other
All evening.
all evening. Like every single day. And
Yeah.
now Brittany has like 2 kids and like they
Brooklyn
play
has
sports.
2 kids.
And Brooklyn's got 2 kids. We really don't see Brooklyn that much. She's like lives in her house a lot. But like Brittany's kids do like sports and shit and like that's not fun
Kid.
for me at all. I went to like one thing last year and I was like, this is the most boring thing I've ever been to in my entire life. Other than that
I
one
just
time
would
that
be
Barb
like-
made us go and sit at that mass like all night long. It wasn't really like a mass. It was just like quiet time at church.
What was that?
What was
that
that,
was
Barb?
weird.
This is
Where
your
we
time
had
to talk,
go.
Barb.
When the priest when Jesus was in the tomb and he just wanted people to come and sit. And you have to just
Okay.
sit there and be quiet.
Oh, now Barb's gonna cry. That's gonna make us uncomfortable. It must be something leading up to Easter then. Okay.
She's really crying.
She really is crying. Okay, so they want you to go and spend time with Jesus, but I'm really just not sure it was like the time and a place for like 3 young children.
I mean, the commitment that this bitch had to
And then-
keeping us in church,
and
though,
then
I will say.
We couldn't leave because there was no one else there.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
And
We
she
had
was
like done
like-
our time.
She was like, no, we can't leave. There's nobody else
Yeah,
here.
we can't leave him alone.
Leave, because it was like taking the place of like someone sitting with Jesus, like when he was dead before he had risen. So she was like, we can't leave. He will be alone. There's no one here for him. Which, like, how do you put that on kids? Like, okay, mommy, we can't stay here longer.
Because we're laying on the
Oh, yeah. We were
It was,
literally
I mean, I'm talking people
sleeping.
hours.
Oh, hours.
okay,
Hours.
in silence, not like
And it
regular,
was night.
not like regular church where there's like music. There was nothing.
I mean, if you guys have been through it, let us know this. But
Yeah.
literally,
But yeah.
hours. And I mean, we were young. You were.
What does this have anything to do with business?
No.
How did we get on this?
I don't know. So I said something was more. Where did we
Get on? I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna
It's
just
fine.
continue on.
We did that. It happened.
Okay.
We work with family. It's hard.
Yeah. Somebody said discuss running a business and chasing dreams. I feel like maybe those are 2 different things. Discuss
We kind
running
of
a
talked
business.
about that.
Running a business is not fucking fun.
No. I mean, maybe it depends on the business.
I don't know. There was definitely fun times of it. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed
For a long
how about this?
time.
I enjoyed the employees' jobs.
Yeah, you were an employee. Oh my gosh.
What?
I read a book and it said that there are 2 types of people in the world and there are managers and there are employees.
Uh-huh.
No matter what you are, you could still own a business and you could be one of the 2 things, and that has a really big part in if your business will be successful and where it goes and how it does and all this type of things. And so many people that are actually just employees open businesses and they like, that's when they are like the business is them. They are the thing. So it's like they're not a manager. They don't like delegate. They can't separate themselves from the business, and it never turns into like something sellable
That's
or
me.
scalable. So like you
Yeah.
are more of the employee type.
I just felt like no matter what, no one would ever do anything the way I wanted it done. So I just couldn't trust anyone to do it.
I'm definitely more of a
And I
manager
enjoyed
type.
I enjoyed the employee jobs. Like I wanted to talk to customers and like help them, and like that was fun for me. All the like behind the scenes bull crap, not as fun.
I liked a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and I liked making decisions, and I liked making plans, and I liked making things like
Meetings.
I do. I liked all of that stuff. So I mean, like I said, for a lot of time, this was fun for me. Like just growing a business, the journey. Like I said, the journey of growing a business is what you should love. And that's what I loved. I loved the journey of growing a business, but then it like turned into like something so big. And I was like, I am not equipped for this. I was like learning. And
Can I give you back now?
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. Can I go back to like just like a few years ago? Chasing dreams.
Didn't we kind of talk about that?
I mean, that kind of is. If you feel like you want to do this and this
We
is
said
really
that.
something you want to do,
Just
just
do it.
go for it. Dive in. Stop like wondering about it and like not, because honestly, that's a type of procrastination. That's a type
Yes.
of anxiety, and that's a
is
type of
usually me.
self-sabotage. It really is. So chase the freaking dreams. Who cares if it doesn't work out? Don't be afraid to fail.
Yes, I
It's
said
fine. Okay. How to balance femininity and grace while being powerful. You know, we kind of touched on this a little bit. I feel like with the like dating and being the
Yeah.
successful one and the sexy one. Dating, I've also been through that. Anyways, dating and being the successful one or like the breadwinner, but like how I was saying, I was like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the hustle. I'm tired of being the boss babe. I want to more
Just be the babe. I want to take the boss out of the babe, and I just want to be the
I
babe.
actually quit being the boss. I want to be the babe. But I feel like that is where honestly both of us are at in life. We're in totally different stages in life. She's a mom of 2 kids. I'm totally single and no kids. I have a dog.
They know that already.
But I'm just saying that like we've both done the business and the hustle and everything route now, and literally like I feel like we've taken everything that we've learned from that, and we're now realizing that we need to find that better balance of femininity and grace while being, and like maybe powerful isn't the right word, but like successful and having a like career and a job and things like that. But I just feel like we didn't have the balance before, and it definitely made parts of our life maybe suffer. I don't know if suffer is exactly
I
the right
feel like-
word, but
I
there.
feel like it made me struggle through some really important times, like with my kids being young, that I like won't get back because I was too busy trying to be a boss babe.
Yeah, and I mean, there's years of my life that I won't get back that I was so focused on building a mother freaking career that I wasn't dating or wasn't dating seriously or didn't get married. I mean, all kinds of stuff.
So you kind of have to think like, what are you going to be giving up?
Yeah. Don't get so
To have
busy
that.
building a career that you don't build a life.
Yeah.
Is that what that saying is?
I don't know if that's a saying, but it sounds pretty good.
Okay. There's a saying that's something like that, but they're like so, don't get so busy. I think it's something like that. Either way, I mean that one works. Even
Don't
if it
get
doesn't.
so busy building a business that you forget to build a life.
Yeah. I
think
feel like
that
I
must
did
be a
that.
saying.
I
Yeah.
kind of did that. I don't think
I
that's
was
the
just
exact
like-
saying, but it's working.
I was just like giving my life like 25%.
Yeah, I feel like I probably
Like
was too.
my mom job and my kids job, like 25%.
And like this year, honestly, like I feel like we're learning that like we need to live our life more. And we used to do that, but again, the business just consumed us.
Yeah.
And that is kind of what entrepreneurship can do. So yeah, I definitely we're working on finding more of that balance. But at the same time, if you're just talking about like femininity and grace, I think that comes in like being powerful. Like say you are a boss of a company. Like, okay, I was the boss of a company. I owned a company. We had employees. I was dating, all this stuff. I still feel like even with that, like how she was saying, you have to kind of be like nice to people and like say it really nice to give them like constructive criticism. Just be friendly, be kind, be honest with your employees, with your customers, with like other businesses that you work with, and don't just feel like you have to put on this like almost like armor or like this like outfit that you come to
don't-
work and you
there's
turn
something
into
that says
this
you
like
have to
suit,
be like
you
this
know?
tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Like you can still be feminine and nice
Gracious.
and soft, and you don't have to be like rough around the edges or someone's gonna like take me for granted, which trust me,
Yeah,
I had to wear that a lot because I was 22 in businesses dealing with a lot of these people.
You kind of have to know
that
the
are
time
like-
and the place. Like when do you need to suit up and when can you not?
There was, because I mean pretty much anybody you had to deal with like banker wise or anything like
Yeah.
that. But then it became this whole thing, like I don't know if they talk to me different. The second like anybody from a bank or anything like that put like a smiley face or an LOL or something in an email, I was like, I'm done with you. Done with you. It was only men. I don't like working with banker men either. I literally.
The more this podcast, Girl Support Girls, is more like, I think Brady hates men.
I do not hate men. Just the 60% of like bare minimum men in the world. I don't hate men. I have learned also that I think I used to think that men were idiots. I used to think that men, they're like so dumb. Men don't think, they're dumb. They just do that. No. You know what men aren't? They're not dumb. They're smart. And they learned how to work the system a long freaking time ago. If you don't make them do something again, or if they don't do it correctly, they just know that you're not going to ask them to do it again. Mm-hmm. So you're going to fuck it up the first time, so you never ask them to do it again. Or like, if they give you all this like bare minimum shit in the beginning, you like won't expect it. Or like, I mean, literally like so much shit. Men are smart. Men are mother freaking smart. Stop giving them no credit. Because they're doing it all on purpose. I've learned this. No. They're doing it all on purpose. They're thinking. They know everything. They are thinking about.
I feel like Shane does that shit, but I'm not sure that he like is. I don't want to say like manipulative. I don't think he's like thinking far enough in advance to like make it a premeditated situation. I think it just comes naturally to them.
Okay, we're gonna drop it because it's not the topic that we're talking about. That's maybe another one, but just.
But no, later, men are assholes.
I'm just kidding. Men are smart. That's what we need to stop underestimating them. Okay, where are we at? Okay, this person said starting a business, said my friends and I tried, but no one supported us. I've saying on this one, and I've read it a lot of places. You will be like it'll be 5 times easier to make a new, like a friend. What was it? Now I have to think about it. It'll be like 5 times easier to make a new customer a friend or support you or something like that, and to make a friend a customer. I think that's what it was.
Yeah. How sad is that?
Horrible.
I mean, like, literally, that's, like, one of the reasons we started the Girl Support Girls podcast, because, like, legitimately, we wanted to, like, make sure that we were telling other girls that, like, the shit that's been going on is not acceptable. Okay? Like, we're girls. We need to support other girls. And, like, hands down, it's 100% a thing. This person, you open a business, that person will still go somewhere else and buy the same damn thing that you sell, because, who knows, maybe yours is a couple dollars more, or maybe, I don't know why. I don't know why they do it. Instead of just buying it from you to support you.
And they will go, this is another big one. They'll go, let's say, just for example, like the Kardashians have a line of something. I'm sure they got a lot of lines. Let's say skincare selling. And you open a store selling skincare. And they'll come to you, their friend, and want a discount from you instead of supporting you full price, when they'll go buy the Kardashian shit full price all the motherfucking time, never getting a discount. Support them like crazy
every damn day.
But they're gonna come to you, your friend, their friend, and ask you for a discount.
Yeah.
Like, register that in your head. That's your friend, and you want to take that relationship and use it for a discount rather than being a good friend and supporting them.
Yeah, at full price. Or even just, like, going and telling other friends about it to try and help them.
And, like, I feel like some people will have the come back to this to being like, what if I don't have the money? I can't afford what they're selling or something. That's fine. Do you know how much support you can give someone for free? Sharing their posts, commenting on their posts, liking their posts, or telling other people about it.
It costs you no dollars.
Yeah. But also at the
no
same
dollars
time,
at all.
Support your freaking friends. Because stuff is hard. Starting a business is hard. Putting yourself out there, hard. I mean, literally, like, it's hard. And they had the courage to do it. I think a lot of it may be that the other people maybe wanted to do it, and they don't have the courage to do it.
So they're, like, gonna... like,
not
punish them by not supporting them, because they, like,
I'm not saying that's everybody, I'm totally not, but I'm definitely saying it is a thing. So I'll just say, for example, we live in a pretty small town. Okay, I went to high school in this town, I went to elementary school in this town, I went to college in this town, I opened a business in this town. Do you know how many of my friends or anybody I went to freaking school with that shopped at my store until like maybe like 5 years in? Probably zero. Literally probably zero. Do you know who did? A bunch of random people that I didn't know.
And do you know how many of them are friends with us now?
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Even after the business is closed, our loyal customers are still friends with us, still supporting us on the new rebranding, the podcast, all the things, other businesses that we have. Those people have become friends.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy world. I think it's also women. Women just
That
don't support each
we
other.
want to teach them.
We do. We want you to teach to be nicer.
I was talking to somebody
be
else.
more open, to be kinder,
Yes, all
to be
those
more
things.
supportive. What were you talking to somebody?
I was talking to someone today. We talked about something else too. And we were saying, like, she opened a business and she was saying that, like, she has a friend of hers that must do the same type of thing, but not in the same town. And when she opened her business, that person, like, must have, like, talked shittily to, a mutual friend of theirs about her doing it. And she was like, that's weird. And that she, like, went to comment on one of her things and be like, oh my gosh, how beautiful this thing is that she did, or, like, be supportive of her, even though it's the same thing. And that she realized that person had unfriended her. And she was like, wait a minute, what? Like, and that's like, I wrote a note, like, there's enough room for everyone. Okay. And that's one of the things I didn't super love
Say that
about,
louder.
yeah, there's enough room for everyone.
Yeah.
That's-
Do not have a scarcity mindset. That is scarcity mindset right there in action. I've got
that's like-
lots of stories like that. This exact stuff like that have happened to me, and I'm like, girl, if you honestly think for a motherfucking second that one, I'm threatened by you, and that I wouldn't just support you and be
Yes.
proud of you, because trust me, I've walked those very same steps. I know it's hard. I'm never gonna look at you like competition or a threat. I'm gonna look at you like a sister who's doing the same damn thing that I'm doing, and it's hard.
Yeah.
You know?
And, like, that's why I'm, like, more drawn to businesses now, like business ventures that have more of that, like, community and support within themselves, where, like, unfortunately, I feel like maybe the industry of, like, cosmetology and that is, like, changing a little bit, but in the past, like, 10 years, man, it has been cutthroat bullshit.
I feel like
And
the same with like
There is no support. And
Owning a
with
boutique?
the boutique, it was the same way. Like,
I
there
tried
was
to
no
reach out and make friends with people, even a girl literally.
no community.
I never there wasn't any, at the time there was no one anywhere even near us doing anything like
like
we
when
were
we
doing.
first opened.
Yeah. But like I knew two girls. One was in Washington, the state. Across the country.
Yeah.
And one was in Atlanta. The one in Atlanta, she was kind of nice, whatever. The one in Washington completely dead ass ignored me. And I approached her so nicely. And like kind of was like, hey, I know that you like started your business about the same time as me. I like thought maybe we could be friends or whatever, and just like have a relationship like this. I was like, it's not like we could be competition. We're
No.
completely different freaking areas.
And even if
we don't
you
even have the
are,
same style.
like,
Like
there's
it's
enough
fine.
room for everyone.
Yeah. Collaboration over competition.
Network.
Amen. And I was like, so I told the girl, I was like, if you guys were doing the same thing, maybe there would have been like a big thing you guys could have done together.
Yeah.
But like that wasn't even an option.
They shut themselves off to a
And
lot
it's
of
like-
opportunities like that
Yeah.
by doing that.
It's like to think that you even like maybe you don't even appeal to the same customer base.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm
that.
having this same exact, and I actually I commented on another thing. So my main job right now is an influencer. It sounds so stupid to say, I know. But literally that is my main job right now. I'm an influencer.
I mean, kind of mine right now is paying the bills too. Not the same way, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but I'm having a really hard time making friends in the influencer community. There's so many of us. I don't know why. I'm telling you, I'm reaching out to people with less followers than me, more followers than me, like the same number as followers as me, and like deadass, none of them reply. None of it,
I feel like I have so many new friends.
I mean, I'm really happy for you. I've got like a couple now, and I've gotten like a couple that will talk like a little bit. I have built some, but it's taken time. And I'm telling you, like, I like honestly get confused. This, like, some girls have, I mean, I'm talking like a third of the followers I probably have, and they don't even open my messages.
Maybe they just don't.
They don't even comment back on, like, I'll comment on their posts. I like them. Like, I try and support people.
Weird.
They don't even acknowledge it. Or like story replies, or like this other girl. I'm just like thinking, why?
I don't understand.
We're
that.
not the same person. It doesn't, like, why can't we be friends?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm asking if you don't have to hang out with me every Thursday night or something. Like, we're just gonna be online friends. It's not that hard. Like, you support me, I support you.
Yeah.
We like are in the same thing. We're doing the same. Like, it's hard.
I
But
don't
I
understand
commented
it.
There was there's another influencer that her whole thing is kind of like giving influencer tips. Anyway, so she like made this thing and she like must have commented like, what are you struggling with or something? And I literally commented, I feel like I'm having a hard time making friends, other creator friends in the influencer community.
Yeah.
Like 180 some people liked it. And like I got a bunch of people like saying hi and like stuff like that on it. Most of them literally had like no followers or like just started, but like I've got 50 some thousand followers and I'm commenting back to these people and like talking to them and stuff. And like I'll go like their posts. Like I just don't get like they all have that like scarcity mindset or like the competition instead of collaboration. And I'm just like, why? We need to change that. So let's work on that, guys.
It's just like in life. I mean, it's just hard. And like no matter what your job is, it's so hard.
You got anything else you want to add?
I mean, like
I feel like we covered it all.
I feel like you covered it there.
Okay. We'll catch you guys next time. I hope that you got some answers to your questions, maybe, or
I want to challenge you.
Wondering. Oh, a challenge! I want us to start doing challenges.
Ooh.
Literally, I was thinking that I was gonna post it on the story, and I was like, "Girls Support Girls Challenge of the Day." Go like.
Don't tell me. Don't say
this.
what I'm
It
gonna
would have
say.
been like the next one. I was gonna say reach out to like your friends and make sure that they know that like you kind of love them, but like you're there for them.
Yeah.
Kind of like, hey, hope you have a great day. I just want you to know if you need to talk, like I'm here or something. Or
That's great.
why?
That's great. No, I was gonna say, are you ready for my challenge?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So what should it be like until the next podcast
Yes.
is released? Okay.
Girls Support Girls Challenge of the Week. We're gonna start ending every podcast with a challenge for you guys. I'm ready.
Every day of the week, I want you to try and find like a friend, a family member, someone that you're friends with on social media, like whatever, that's like running a business, okay? Or has a side hustle or something. Support them in some way. Buy something, share something, comment something, just do something.
Talk about it too.
Every
with somebody
single
else.
day, one day, so 7 days, you have to do this for like a different thing every day. That's not hard.
Oh, it's not
And
hard
see-
to go comment or
see
like
what
or
happens,
share or
you know, like what
shop
comes
there.
back from it, because I'm pretty sure as long as it's like, you know, you're not talking like me talking to Brandy, that business is not going to know that I'm talking about her, so that may go unnoticed, but they're going to be so appreciative.
Yeah.
And it's going to make you feel so good to know how that little thing, that little act has made a big difference for someone.
Yeah. So Girls Support Girls Challenge of the Week.
Go support a girl.
Yeah. In trying to hustle.
In a
trying
business
to not
way.
hustle. We're not saying hustle anymore. Hustle's not the
No
goal, guys.
hustling over here. We are
Hustle-
surviving.
We're not even surviving. We're thriving. No.
I'm kidding.
Hustle's not the goal
No.
anymore. Boss babe is not the goal.
No.
If you want to be a boss, motherfucking awesome, do it. But like, make sure you're still living a life. So like I said, hustle's not the goal anymore. Living a life is the goal.
Anyways, that's your challenge.
Yeah.
And I want you to like tell us when you did it too.
Okay. Yeah.
Comment or like something and
Message
tell
us
us.
and tell us that you did,
Like,
and how you
yes.
feel about yourself.
Yes. Be
Okay.
like, it wasn't that hard and I did it.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.